And welcome back to the Maximum Lawyer Podcast. I'm Tyson Utrix. Jim is on a plane somewhere over Middle America right now, but fantastically, I've got Brian Reidy, longtime friend of the show. What's going on, Brian?
Long time, first time.
Long time, first time. Hey, so we're going to talk about your presentation. You're going to be speaking at MaxLawCon 2021 in October. And you're going to be speaking about actually a really important topic that I think people overlook because we're attorneys and we think, oh, we're not salespeople. But your topic is going to be sales that convert. So I guess what was the genesis of this topic? Why this topic?
Because I've had some wonderful conversations with some Max lawyers over the years. Sean Hamp was one that comes to mind, where he was fascinated kind of like in terms of some of the things that we talk about. And he's like, you should share this stuff. And I'm like, it's really not rocket science at all. It's just a lot of times lawyers, we're known to like overcomplicate things. And, I think it would be helpful. So hopefully people get something out of it. It's really not that fascinating, but you'll see that it's just kind of systematic and how you can approach it. And kind of works for all practice areas.
Yeah, give me a little bit of a teaser. Give me a little teaser. One or two things that you think people that you're going to talk about. You don't have to give us all of it, but maybe a couple things you're going to discuss.
Well, I could talk about some things, but mostly if you're talking, you're doing things wrong, because it's not about you as much as you might think it is, and that's a problem that I'm overgeneralizing with lawyers, but I've gone through it, and I think if anyone's being honest, at some point in their career, they have as well, where they kind of like want to show the value to people, and they start talking about lawyer mumbo jumbo, like think about it like in terms of like you help people with personal injury. Nobody's ever set out in life like, I can't wait till I can hire my personal injury attorney. Like, they don't want to buy your services. Like, they want to fix their problem. And we, as attorneys, sometimes want to talk about our services and how awesome they are, and we're going to file this motion or that motion. And the reality is that's just not what you should be doing at this point in time. I do family law. We do divorce with dignity outside of Chicago, and I kind of go to an extreme, and I say it's closer to malpractice if you're giving legal advice during a consultation than otherwise, because especially in litigation, you're dealing with two sides to every story, right? And you've got your client's version. If you start telling your client this is what you should expect, you're just telling them what they want to hear, not what they need to hear. And I think that when attorneys start recognizing that this is not about the legal strategy at this point, it's about making a decision. So that's kind of some of the things we're going to get into. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. I get this question quite a bit where, well, how much are you going to get me? Kind of a question. And I hate the question because I tell them, here's the deal. If I told you a number right now, I'd be completely lying to you, because all I know is what you've told me. You've not completed your treatment. I don't know what your medical bills are going to be. I don't know what your long-term prognosis is going to be. I know nothing. And I just be lying to you. And I just don't do that. I'm assuming you get something very similar when it comes to divorce cases and family law cases.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, it's about asking the right questions. And so when I get that, and in my line of work, it's how much is my child support going to be, or how much am I going to get in property, or whatever the case may be. The question we always respond back with is, well, do you want us to tell you what you want to hear or what you need to hear? And if they say, well, what I want to hear, we say, well, we're not the right firm for you, right? Because, you have friends and family to tell you what you want to hear. But as a trusted advisor, it's our job to try and tell you what we know, to tell you what we don't know, and then to try and help educate you to make a decision. And that's what this is about. It's not about your legal strategy. And if you go into this meeting thinking this is your first legal strategy meeting, you're probably doing it wrong.
I love it. All right, enough about that. You've been, if I remember correctly, you've been to both of the previous conferences, right?
I didn't go to the very first one. I went to the second, and then we went to we zapped each other.
That's what it was. Okay, so I thought I remembered you at the baseball game at the first one, but I wasn't 100% sure. So yeah, you were at the Zapathon. Yeah. Zapathon, and then the last the last conference. So what are you looking forward to when it comes to the conference, other than speaking?
Probably the bagels.
Yes, because we have the best bagels in St. Louis because we bread slice them.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've listened to some of the podcasts. It's the same, right? Like the people there are awesome, and I just getting people together that really care, that want to learn, that want to grow. They're good people. It's a good place. I've met some people there, and it's funny to think that I've only met some of them once, maybe twice in person, but when you see them, like, you feel very connected and bonded and things like that. So, and anytime you can drink for free is nice as well.
That's also true. Yeah, the conference is just a weird experience because it's a lot of people that have not seen each other in a while, especially the one that's coming up, and it's just it's just such a close feeling. It's hard to describe. It's kind of like going to Disney World, it's like, yeah, it's hard to describe it, unless you're there, it's hard to describe. So
right, exactly. So it's exactly right.
All right, last question, because these are meant to be under 10 minutes. What if people want to reach out to you and either refer you a case, or if they want to reach out to you about sales? I hate to say it that way, sales, but sales techniques. How do they reach out to you?
You could email me. It's brian@reidylawoffice.com. My website, reidylawoffice.com. I'm on Facebook. I'm on the Max Law group and stuff like that. Send me a message. But the thing about it is, and what I can hope to put in people's heads is, like, we are all selling all the time. And especially if you are a litigator, to say that you don't like sales is just lying to yourself. I mean, you are selling from the moment you walk into the courtroom. You are selling potential jurors. You're selling the bailiffs. You're selling the clerks. You're selling the judge. You're selling your client. You're selling your opponent on who you are and what you're trying to prove. If you're not in litigation, you're also in sales, because when you sit down and you want to watch a new show with your significant other or something, you're trying to convince them, hey, this person, this has got this person in it, or I heard about this, and you're like, you're basically, what sales is it's not the greasy car salesman. That's what people think of, that's trying to push you into something. It's helping someone to get where they are now to where they want to be, and showing them, educating them. Like, and if you truly believe that their life would be better with your help, you're doing a disservice by not showing them that. And a lot of times, people don't understand what a lawyer can do, because people don't think like lawyers, and that's okay. Like, but it's our job to help them to understand their problem, and nobody can help somebody understand their problem better than themselves. So it's our job to ask the right questions. That's what we'll learn about at Max Law 2021. Dun, dun, dun.
Love it.
Be there.
All right. On that note, let's wrap things up, buddy. It's good to see you. I hope to see you soon in October. So have a wonderful day.
Thanks, you too. See you.
Yep. See you, buddy.